another unboxing for you fine folks today. I'm just going to cover up the shipping address again. Okay, this has been very well sealed up, this box. Okay, so this unboxing is strangely of a pair that I kind of completely passed on when they released, and then for some reason or another have just kind of felt the need to come back and get them. So I will just take them out of the box now. And I'll start to tell you why as we kind of break this down. So here you can see the box. I'll go straight into the pair. So this is the Air Max 1 Clot. So this is the Kiss of Death, Nike and Clot. And I got a size 11. So if you've watched most of my other videos, you'll see I'm at like a 12 usually in Nike. And then I'm typically 11.5, sometimes in Air Max 1s, 11.5, usually in Diodoras and stuff, and then Asics I'm a 12, but I don't own any 11s. Actually, Reebok ventilators I tend to go down an entire size in as well, but yeah, so you can tell kind of like the sizing's a little bit funky with these because of that. But yeah, I'll take you through the box. So you have Air Max 1 written in this kind of like Chinese font, some Chinese letters on the box as well. You know me, I love a special edition box. I think that's the Clot logo. And then if I open it, you can also see that there's this kind of like rope design. So yeah, I will get the pair out. You can also see like I think like one thing with this pair is like the storytelling. Absolutely like off the charts. There's just so much to them and so many different kind of aspects that there'll obviously be like a lot to go through, so bear with me. So the pair is actually like built on Eastern, kind of like, I guess it's like what's the word I'm looking for? The kind of way that you do, I think, like massage and stuff like that. So they're like very feet related. It's like foot massage. I'll just read like the Sneak and Use download on the pair just while this kind of sits there. So originally released in 2006, Clot Air Max 1 Kiss of Death has effectively set in motion long-standing, ever-prosperous collaboration. Edison Chen, whose label was still in infancy, having been founded 3 years prior, brought together Eastern and West through a number of cultural influences. So as I say, this used to be, so this is, sorry, a 2006 pair that was retroed in 2021. I completely passed on them then, and I've come back to get them. The 2006 pair, I'll show a little image up here. The 2006 pair are somewhere between, I want to say, somewhere between like a grand and a half and 2.5 grand, depending on sizes. But as I say, I'll show the little StockX image up here, which is just insane. So like usually the sign of need for a retro. So yeah, so the words I was struggling with earlier it says 2021 Kiss of Death still draws from the tradition of Chinese medicine philosophy. Foot reflexology, a common practice overseas, informs much of the collaboration's design. And with that, I'll start going into the point. So you have in here, these numbers actually align to something you'll see in a second on the outsole, the Chinese letters, and then the different pieces of the body that connect to the different parts of the foot. So with that in mind, I'm just going to get cracking and I'll show you the pair. So also you can see that the paper is special edition as well, and then there are 2 feet inside there with all of those numbers. So here you can see, you know, all of the numbers, and then that's where all of those different numbers align to, so the different bits of the foot. I'm just going to shut this and put them down. It's all over the place today. Yeah, the guy I bought them off on eBay did warn me that they're supposed to come with like a stuffing and then a bamboo looking piece of wood to like the, I want to say 2013, 2012, 2013, 2014 Jordans. So like quite a fair few Jordan 4s, I want to say, that had that back in those days. So yeah, it was like, he said to me that he's taken them out and he can't find them. So he just left these shoe trees in. So yeah, I'm going to take the shoe trees out. This is actually quite nice to essentially get a free pair of shoe trees with a pair. And even better when I tell you how much I paid. So this pair cost me 90 bucks on eBay, which is about 70 Great British pounds, which is absolutely insane to me. Yeah, it's just I did not, I knew they weren't going for a huge amount. There they are, but I didn't realize they were that cheap. So yeah, that's kind of how much I paid for them. I'm just going to take you through the materials on one side, and then we'll go through sizing real quick. So the main thing you can see that kind of really jumps out from the pair in general is the really obvious one. It's the see-through toe box. You can see here there's perforations, so the 2006 pair did not have that, and I think a lot of guys ended up getting a really like misted, cloudy material when like their foot sweat and stuff. So that's I think why they've done that. Here you have like a pretty, for Nike standards, a pretty nice suede, sorry, just out of shot, there. And then the see-through kind of continues through into here. And then you have what looks a little bit patent, but it's like almost like a reptile swoosh, kind of keeping going back through. You have what looks again like kind of almost like an alligator or an ostrich or something. There's like definitely different animals here. And then you have the branding on the back, again the Clot sign, and that same rope we saw on the inside of the box. And you turn it around and it's pretty much exactly the same thing here. And then a little pop of lime green, and again a very thin tongue here. So you can probably also see if you're an Air Max 1 enthusiast at all, I think from this angle you can probably see what I'm about to say, and that is this: there is no padding on this pair at all. And that brings me to my next point. So like sizing wise, most people have gone down on them. I'm just going to remove this one a sec. And I'll show you what I mean. So if I plunk the 2017 Royal OGs basically next to them, I mean, look at that. Like that versus that, it's like, it's a different shoe essentially. So you can see there that the lack of paddings meant that most people have gone down in size. It kind of goes back to what I originally said about them being an 11 and I'm usually a 12, so I've gone down pretty much a full size. So yeah, that's like why I think that's why this padding here. But then the problem is exacerbated by the fact you can see through the toe box. So I mentioned earlier, I was really put off. My personal experience when they dropped a year or so ago, there was the first few images came out were like with no-show socks, and you could literally see the geezer's toes, and they were like, I want to say his toes like ended here because he got the wrong size or something. But like imagine like a bunch of toes, and it just really put me off. So I just passed on them completely. Again, if I can find it, I'll put the picture here. So that image kind of really put me off. And I was also going through a period of time where I was like, I was getting much more and more into my ideas and my ASICs, building up my ASICs collection. And I'd had a few instances where like I'd bought the latest Air Max 1 and I just like did not like it, and the like materials are crappy, QC was bad craftsmanship, all that kind of stuff that we moan about with Nike sometimes, that, you know, I just passed on them. And then, as I say, I was watching something about like the history of Air Max 1 recently, and I saw it and I was like, you know what, I could actually go for those. I think I'm actually going to go for them. And then I found this pair, and, you know, 90 bucks, 70 quid on eBay. I was like, you know, I have to do it. So that's why I pulled the kind of pulled that decision to do it. So yeah, sock options is a huge thing as well. So what I'm gonna do is I've got a pair of shoe trees down, one with red and one green. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna try them in and I'll show you what they look like with different, obviously with different sock options. This red is actually pretty similar to the red that comes as part of the colorway. So what you'll see is that the shoe instantly becomes essentially a different shoe once you put the socks through. So now suddenly it's like that's a red pair. I'm only going with green because these are my Uniqlo no-show socks. It's my favorite brand of no-show socks. Shout out to Seb, who's kind of put everyone onto them. And they're the two colors that I have because they're the two colors Uniqlo did. But I mean, you can see here, just literally just by like putting a different sock in, suddenly the shoe is just completely different design. So yeah, that's a kind of like sock options. And obviously you can get super like detailed with it and go and buy special edition ones. Maybe there's some that have the Clot logos and stuff that will become visible, but that could be pretty cool. So yeah, final thing I was going to say is, here's a full size down. My Concept heavies were an 11.5, so these are half down versus that, but they're an entire size down for me versus like Jordan 1s, Jordan 3s, Jordan 4s that I would typically get. So again, I'll shoot an image into the top here with them on foot later, once I've got them on foot, so you guys can see, what that looks like from like a sizing perspective. The only other thing is they come with red laces. I might try one of them with the red laces in. Could be a vibe, who knows? And yeah, we'll kind of see where that goes. But yeah, overall, really, really impressed with this. I was saying to a few guys that I don't know how anyone's managed to get this red and this orange to go well together. It feels like a kind of criminal faux pas. Final thing, I cannot believe I forgot to say this. But yeah, the outsole. So clearly these are worn. I didn't get a DS pair for that kind of price, but you can see here the foot that you saw inside the box with all the numbers. Again, you can see a little 20 here. So it gives you like a kind of inside view into how that how the reflexology really works, and kind of how they pinpoint different parts of the body based on different parts of the foot. So yeah, that's the pair in all of their see-through toe box glory. Over and out.